Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. We are playing with a hardcore Drain Essence Death Knight. We have arrived on Elite. And yes, I do have my auras up this time. So let's see if we can make some headway into Act 1. Now, last episode, of course, we already made it to the Foggy Way waypoint. So now we're just gonna fill in some of the blanks. Clear out the sewers below town, for example. And after that, see if we can at least make it to Burrwitch. And grab a shrine or two. We only need one more devotion point to max out the Ratosh constellation. Which is something I've been looking forward to for quite a while. So it's going to be nice to actually just wrap that one up. And then we can get started on some of our next goals. Which include the working towards the scales for another life gain proc. Because you never ever have enough life gain procs. At least not in this game. So after the excitement of the Ashes of Malmouth content, going back to Act 1 is... it's nice and gentle, let's put it that way. But no, it also means now Act 1 you can go through it pretty quickly, Act 2 as well. And before we know it we're back in the homestead area where things are... a bit more exciting and challenging, and the monsters do some more interesting things. Though, well, situations like this where you get multiple hero spawns, those are always interesting and they have the potential to be pretty darn dangerous if you don't pay attention. Now in this case, it's a bit spideys. They kind of bit the dust. And one more component. Okay. Nice thing about getting relatively quickly to Act 2 is of course that there are ghosts in Act 2. And when there are ghosts, we have an opportunity to upgrade our shield. And that is always useful. Outside of that, no, the more bosses we defeat, the bigger the chance of legendary drops. And there might be something interesting in there. Blitz is still a very nice skill for just going from pack to pack. Oh, now you will want to get in here. Okay, sure, fine. We also need to have a look for the rover camp where we can get rid of the sliff necklaces. And I think I might actually have enough for... almost have enough for the next difficulty as well. I mean, I've got 5, if you got 6 then that's enough for both normal and... or for both elite and ultimate. So, goodbye. And more loot is for me. So there's no shrine down here. All we have to do was kill Velof. Though there is a shrine in the White Mire. And in the cavern in the White Mire. So that is going to be useful to go back to. It was the other dude that wanted us to do this.
Any luck clearing out those? Well done.
Glad I could help. And that is more reputation. Only 100. A little stingy there, aren't you? Oh, only need 1,000 more to get to honored. At which point I can get access to a faction writ, and I think for Devil's Crossing it is useful to get the faction writ because it is so difficult to obtain reputation with them after you have dealt with Cronley. No, you might as well make all the reputation that you do get count. Cost 88,000 if I remember correctly. I have it, so the moment I hit 1,000 XP, or no, I hit the status, I should go back and grab the thing. Meet Bobbin, yes.
Good, you're back. One of my... You've proven you follow the road.
And then we get another 150 grand experience points. Okay, so then we move forward. So, Whitemire is what it says, so that is what we'll do. And if I remember correctly, it was the cave to the left side here. Well, at least now we have the vendors, that is always useful. And indeed there is a cave here as well. So who might you be? Will these necklaces suffice? Wonderful. Okay, I got 2 for the next difficulty. And we got a primal sliff ring, upgraded version of the normal one. 20 all to all elemental resists. Bit of vitality and poison resistance. And some energy regen and a little bit of extra damage to beastkin. This is not a bad one. I mean, in terms of vitality, I'm actually 80% over resisting. That's just a smidge more than I need. So, dropping the left-hand side ring, it would lose some damage, but I would gain some more varied resists as well as energy. And this one is less than exciting. How much damage would I lose? Let's double check that one first. Hardly any. Okay, that's good. The more damage you stack, the less each independent bonus to the bonus damage counts, of course. There's a lot of health in that one, though. Let's double check that. That also is less than it appears. It's only just under 500 health points. And the energy is now at 70, 68, but of course I do have Ectoplasm I can apply to it. So yeah, I think this is going to be all right. And it helps out to max out my poison resistance. And the elemental resists were slightly undercapped, and now they are actually capped. So happy times, happy good times. Okay. I see a vendor, I buy stuff from them. And I might as well just get rid of some stuff I don't need. Amulet, yeah, not really worth it. And as I said, that ring wasn't too great either. Okay. The entrance. Oh, hello there. Everything. Cool. And then of course I hope this is the correct cavern, because things do look a little bit alike. And some of these places usually have, yeah, it actually is the right place, because there's the shrine. Cool. Oh, there's a Grecian shrine. Hey, we get a Rexna. And that is the devotion point. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we put a point into the Will of Ratosh, which is now going to be associated with our Drain Essence. We will replace the Bat Fangs, and then my thinking was to attach the Bat Fangs to Siphon Souls. Siphon Souls, it's an AoE, eventually we're going to max it, so there's going to be a lot of points in it, and a lot of area to it, but it also lasts for 9 seconds, and it pulses, so there's a lot of opportunity for the Bat Fangs to get triggered. And see, then you see those projectiles just flying about, and life is going to be good. And ooh, that looks like a fancy shiny new debuff that is on top of you. There were actually 2 of them. Well, not anymore. Oh, before I forget, there is a corpse here that always drops a green. That is you. The Slip Tongue. I'm not gonna use it, but hey, it's a green item, so I can sell it. And if you're playing a poison build, then of course this is a very nice early on poison weapon. I think I probably should still play a poison build at some point. I don't recall actually having played a build that focused on poison damage. I think I've done most of the elements already, but not poison. Well, there's always going to be a room for more characters and more builds in the future. And we're next to the Foggy Bank waypoint, so we might as well just walk there. Because I think the Occultist has some poison stuff, and I'm always open for excuses to play Occultists. Because the Occultist just has a bunch of interesting skills. Necromancer, of course, with the Ravenous Earth, that is also poison based, and also a build I actually haven't really played yet. Or a skill I haven't played yet, so no, there is that, of course. Oh, and the always forget it, but we have the Blight Fiend that's also poison based, so oh, there's a build there. There's definitely a build there. Hello there, Mr. Merchant. I am from Devil's Crossing and I'm here to rescue you. Okay, with that out of the way, we can move forward and get ourselves to the next town. Okay, so this is the point where you usually go down into the cave. On Elite and Ultimate, there's no real reason to go in there except for there's a specific bounty, I think, for the outsiders of the outcasts that sends you down there to take out some priest. But other than that, it's, you know, fix the road and move on. So that's 8 scrap and 10,000 bits. But that's not too expensive. And then we take a left turn. To let's see, actually we have to go back here, so we just put a portal there. Then we can just shortcut a very, very, very tiny little bit. Mr. Duncan.
Oh, hello, traveler.
We will find Engram for you. And then we just use this waypoint. Or this portal to go back to the waypoint. Or in reverse. And then we can just move on to Engram. So the little cave over here doesn't contain a shrine on Elite, so we can ignore it, which kind of reduces most of the area here to no, just something you move through. We of course have Boros and Hagra to murderize later on. I'm here for your hammer. Duncan needs it, and we have a group. Oh, actually, no, give it to Duncan. Yes. Thank you. He will do great things. Cool. I mean, Duncan is still the arcane crafter, while Engram is just a regular crafter, so a slight bit of bias towards the arcane kind of works in our favor, since we are kind of an arcane character as well. Though the Black Legion crafters are, in my opinion, more useful because of the ether and chaos resistance that is just difficult to obtain. But a bit of energy regen bonuses that you get from Duncan are not too shabby either. Okay, we follow the road. Oh, we could actually have a look if what's his face, the Manhunter, is here in his hidey-hole. I mean, if the Manhunter's here, then of course we're gonna try and face him. It is a challenge fight. Not for the faint of heart. A little bit for the suicidal. But gotta try it. I mean, in normal, the entrance wasn't there, so I skipped it. But I did say, though, if it's there, I'm gonna go there. So might as well go for it again. So we have here those big wings over their head are the Ratosh debuff. And that makes them a bit more susceptible to life leech, which is good for me. Especially against bosses, since they kind of resist life leech. Okay. Yeah, and then I think it was to up here. And then if they are in the swamp. No, if he is in the swamp, then this should be the entrance, and it is not there. So, too bad, but nothing for me. Okay. Then we can go back to the road, and we can cross the road, and we can find Ulgrim. No, deliver him back to town, so we get a bit of reputation for that. Hello there, mister.
A living?
I will tell you about the prison, and I will see you there. So, now the more we save, the more XP we get, or the more reputation we get, the happier I will be. No, look at this farm, it's kind of locked off. Is there a way there? Nope, there's not. Okay, then we go back to the road. Like that. Is there a way through here? Nope, there is not. There's this. Yes. Right. You, Grubble, Goblin things, get out of my way. And there we are. And we can continue. And once again, Blitz makes the distance shorter by just allowing me to run through. Okay. Oh no, it's an ambush. Okay, there is one. Okay, next wave, please. Okay, there is at least one hero in there. Crimson Bane. And that was it. I'd expected more. Okay. So that was one thing. Then in the house here we can find a book. Then we can reduce the population of town by 1. That's also very useful. Yeah, give me the book. Yes, please. Well, actually we have some choices there. On normal we killed them. Got some crafting materials out of it. Some reputation, I think. Yeah, reputation is kind of what I want, right? Alternative would be to keep him around. And then we kill him once we go to Cronley in Act 2, because that's the dude there, standing guard in front of the door.
Can't do that yet.
Because that also gives me the key to the tower of the cultists. Cultist tower could be nice, a bit of variation as well. It's another challenge area, but it is a very fun challenge area, and it would add a little bit of variety to this run compared to the veteran version of the run. Because arguably the tower is probably more exciting than the fight with even the warden himself. Because it is sometimes, if you're going in there really early, it might even be 7 levels above you. Maybe I should not be standing inside of the stuff while doing all the fighting here. That's not good for your health, poison. Who would have thought?
That skill's not ready.
Okay, do you have a boss here? This is the decoy lair. Yeah. Or, oh no, there, see? And this one is being guarded by, locked by a powerful presence. But I guess the smell is the most powerful thing about you. And there we are. Loot for me. Hey, we got a blue. Blade Guard leggings. Still less armor than my current ones. No Sive Souls bonuses, and I really do like the Sive Souls bonuses on the when you go main leggings. So just gonna stick with what I got for now. Ooh, hello there, little bonus. Rimeclaw the Frozen. And you are no more. Okay, time to collect some cloth. So the orphans in the city can sleep a little warmer at night. I mean that's the real reason why we're doing this, all right? Oh, for the orphans. We'll make sure that they are nice and cozy and warm. Everything else is just a bonus. Let's play football. I think I kind of broke the ball there. And once again, we just blitz around it.
That skill's not ready.
I do like how smooth things go. And there is the fabric. They're not here. We need to go into the building. It's funny. Early on, it seemed like most of the time the fabric was around the bottom side, and now more and more I just seem to find it in the building or around the building, rather than downstairs. Wonder if it's just streak of luck, misremembering it, or whether there's actually been a change. Because of course, in a game that has a lot of randomness to it, changes are difficult to detect because they could just be patterns you thought were there but never actually existed. Because the human mind, it wants to find patterns even if there are none. Funny little thing. Okay, then we can do another little run. Do another devotion shrine. Go through there. I think I make this mistake more often. We can't actually do that. We just need to walk around. Yes. Tag. Hey, that almost worked. Pathfinding thought I could go there, and then I got locked out here. Okay. So if this one is locked and that one is locked, then I need to go through the buildings on the other side. Boo. Or I actually need to use the cave network underneath the city. There we are. Come on, trap door. Oh, hello there, spider. I knocked you on your back. Sorry. Okay. Headhunter's Trophy. That sounds exciting. It's a belt. Anatomy of Murder, Wendigo Totem, and some bleeding stuff. Oh, gained a level, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Okay, so... Yes, maxing out the soldier time. So, Counter-Strike 1 point. And then Break Morale or Scars of Battle. I'm actually gonna go with Scars of Battle and then we'll pick up Break Morale as the last one. So, one more aura gets added, and that is Counter-Strike. What's it do actually at this point? 22% chance to activate, that's fine enough. No, 1 in 5 hits actually triggers it. 1 second recharge, so it works best, of course, when I am totally surrounded. 4 meter AoE, 12% weapon damage, and on top of that a bit of physical and bleeding damage. And some physical damage retaliation that gets added, and all my retaliation gets boosted. So no, this actually is quite a nice skill for just getting groups of monsters off your back. Thing is, we also have the on the Necromancer side we have Spectral Bindings, a Spectral Wrath upgrade, and it is probably strictly better than Counter-Strike for this build, because the damage types it does are the same. It actually weakens the enemy in addition to only dealing damage, and it works at range rather than only being a getting triggered very close to me. But having both now as a one pointer is not a bad deal. Okay, so we went through the ground and we ended up on the other side. Okie dokie. So then, hey, you. Please share your life with me. Thank you. One desecrated shrine. Okay, a bit of a fight. We get Oculon, who looks like your boss little thing. So, can you maybe get over here so the loot won't disappear to the wall or something? Yeah, much obliged. Much obliged. Also, let's not stand in the middle of a life lead circle. They do have a habit of hurting. And there we are. One more point. And we get a couple more blue items. So, Devotion Shrine. So, with the goal of Ratosh obtained, the next goal, as I said, is to go for the scales over here. They need 8 white points. We currently have 7. Technically, this gets it, and indeed, 1 point. Then we go in here, and then we get 2 bonus points. After which we can put another 2 points into the lion, and then we can unspec the crane to get back 5 points. So we slightly trade up the points that we have. But short term, Scales of Okama with the nice life leech and energy leech proc, which is rather nice, especially with the short cooldown. I think this is going to be very nice for helping to keep that energy balanced. Okay. We have an inventor to save, so let's do that as well. Someone has been here recently, and I know exactly where they are. Down there. Hello. Goodbye. Or see you later is probably the better way to phrase this. Okay, like that. Drain everybody, open up the secret wall, and see what we can loot here. Ooh, look at that. 1 Death Omen. We have one of those, so we can compare them. And may the best Death Omen win. I mean, this is why you loot corpses. Sometimes they drop legendaries. Oh. Okay, so if we ignore the thing that's been plugged into it, then this Death Omen looks slightly better on paper than the other one. That is probably because it converts 2% more physical damage to vitality. It has a little bit extra flat vitality damage. The percentage bonus is lower, so all my spells are gonna be worse off. Also, the life leech is lower. And the health bonus is lower, and the attack speed is lower. So I don't think I'm going to use this Death Omen. Also, I think I knocked down one of my auras by swapping the items in place. Yep, like that. Okay. So this one is just going to go into the box to be shared with other characters. Oh, for the future. So I'll grab a waypoint over here. And then make a small trip back to town. And hand in all the questies. And I have to remember to keep Durrani alive, so we can get an access key, so we can do the cultist lair in the next episode. Because it's been a while since I did the cultist lair, and it is just nice to do. Okay. One waypoint for me. So we'll get another point, another devotion shrine downstairs as well. So that's going to be helpful. So Louvergrave is happy and we get some reputation. 379. Hammond. It was gruesome and bloody. Yes, bit of vicarious living for you, and I don't even get reputation points for it. Such a shame. Dalit, you're welcome and thanks. And that's some more points. So I'm not worthy enough for inventor services, but there's a couple of other people here. So we have the Rennie. Yeah. Let's see. Explain yourself. So this is why he fesses up. I missed the part where you don't deserve to die, so make it interesting for me. And then we have a deal. I get a key. You get your life. Marvelous. Also a bunch of experience. Duncan, glad you decided to join us. That's also just a bunch of experience. And then Johnny Bourbon.
Good work. There have been Warden Krieg.
And then one warden is on our bounty lists. We have a cook named Ulgrim. Okay. I'll take some more soup and then we'll see. So I think he heals you, it gives you a full heal once per play session. In case you run out of constitution and things like that. So here's the fabric and ta-da, everything looks nice. Which gets some reputation and we get a fortified doublet. Where did we go? There we go. Fire, cold and ether resistance. That's not bad. The energy regen is a little on the low end though. So let's not. Let's see. We got some. Did we get anything else? Empowered Stormcaller Circlet. That is not our element. Firestorm Scepter. That's not our element. Nope. Looks like we didn't really get all that much interestingness. But we did get our friends over here to honored. So let's grab myself a writ before I forget. And then here we read it. And now we have a nice plus here to indicate we get 50% bonus experience. So the 15,000 we need to get to revert. Actually it's only 10,000 because we got the other 50% for free. And it applies to quest. It applies to kills, it applies to everything, bounties as well. So that is nice. So Devil's Wasteguard and Cudgel, I already unlocked that with my commando in the previous playthrough. So that's alright. Is there anything interesting that is on offer here? Oh, I still need to put an Ecto in here. They don't look all that exciting. We do get access to some augments. Yes, yes. That is exciting. So, best thing about this one is the offensive ability. Other than that, not that exciting. Resistances. Yes, please. Bleed, poison, resists. There's some retaliation on there. That's always neat to have. So let's just get myself a stack of those. Like that. Also, might as well just sort this so I can actually see where the things go. Anything else? Ether resistance. Ooh, I like ether resistance. And then the last one is only for pets. So, okay, as an elemental resistance would have been nice, but if it's only for pets, then I don't really care. Oh, vitality resistance as well as vitality and ether damage. This one's also tempting.
See you around.
So in this case we have no real need for any of the top level resists, so that is to add. So then basically just by virtue of being the most useful, the Gazer Eye is gonna win. So that is 1, that is 2, and that nearly caps out my ether resistance. Better than Chaos now, so I'm very happy. Also, 75% ether damage bonus. So a little bit of more damage for the Drain Essence, but right now if we look at the total damage from Spirit, we get 327% bonus damage to magical damage, which ether is of course. But down here, ether modifier plus 815, so it was 740. Yeah, 740 it was before I added those 3 mods. So, oh, you get 1,000 points, you add 75 on top, and then it's gonna be a small difference rather than a major change. I don't think there are augments that affect your metal. It's only all the other slots. But no, it's still good to have. Yep. So now that we have access to you, we can actually craft whatever we need. And have to remember, when we go into the Warden's Lair next episode, there is gonna be a shrine that requires a purified salt. So if I craft it, then I already have it.
Got something you need stashed?
And if I remember correctly, I could just use it from here. So that's alright. And then the Ecto goes in here. And my energy regen is now up to 75, which was 72, I think, before the ring swapper. So yeah, resistor looking good, damage is looking good. Armor a little low, but I suspect that the further we go, the better that is going to become. But for now, I'm going to thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you again next episode. Bye bye.